Hey there, Michael Scarabino here, and welcome to another gear video. In this one, I'm going to be giving you a full rundown of my guitar effects system. It's a very versatile rig for whether I'm in a live situation, a studio session, a band rehearsal, or just working here at home. It allows me to call up any effect I want at any given moment, and it sounds really good. So with that said, let's start with every device from top to bottom in the rack system. First, we have Axe Effects by Fractal Audio. Next, a pedal looper, that is the Patchmate Loop 8 by Rocktron. And then I have 4 pedals. In the first drawer, I have a Whammy pedal by Digitech, a Kaoss Pad by Korg, and that's the KP2 version. In the next drawer down, I have a Fuzz Factory pedal by Zvex Effects, the MXR Phase 90. And lastly, I have a wireless MIDI transmitter, that's the MIDI by CME. Then the final device we have here in the rack is a MIDI Solutions T8. My pedalboard is a very simple setup, but nevertheless very powerful. So I have the Mastermind GT22 by RJM Music Technology connected to an expression pedal, which is the Boss FV500L. And then for my guitar signal, I have a wireless system. That's the GLXD by Shure, and it's the pedal version. So when I step on the foot switch, it also turns into a tuner, which is very convenient. So when I'm in a live situation of any kind, I never run any real amplifiers or cabs. I use Axe Effects as my preamp. I run all the amp and cab sims for every preset in it. And I take advantage of pretty much any pedal block that it has to offer in the box. They sound really amazing. I love to experiment with presets, and some of them are available for you to download on my website. I left a description for you in the link of this video. Now, however, when I'm in a studio situation, I like to record with real amps. So all I have to do at that point is turn off the simulators and Axe Effects, and I'll still use the effects in it, and they sound really good. The pedal looper is connected to the 4 pedals that I mentioned just before. And what I can do from the Mastermind is call up any channel that I need, and some of the buttons have multiple actions for MIDI signals. So if I want to use a octave up and down harmony on the Whammy pedal, I can press that button and then it'll open up the channel from the looper and it'll call up the preset on the Whammy pedal simultaneously. So there's 2 paths of signal in this rig. There's audio and then MIDI. So to start with the audio, it all begins from the GLXD, and then it connects to the Patchmate Loop 8, and we have the 4 pedals that connect within the looper, and then once that ends, the chain then sends to Axe Effects. Now, depending on which situation I'm in, whether it's live, band rehearsal, again, I don't use real guitar amps, so I'll just send right to the front of house mixer, and then it'll send to the stage monitors and the outgoing front of house speakers. Now, however, before it gets to the front of house mixer, my band Quiet, we have a in-ear monitor system. We can actually split the signal, so we'll send it to our in-ear mixer first, so I can hear my guitar in my ears, and then it'll go ahead and send to front of house. And I still like to use the stage speakers because I not only like to hear the guitar, but I also want to feel it, so that's what I really like to use the monitors for. So as for the MIDI signal now, the easiest way to explain this is starting with the devices in the rack system, so let's do that. So the 4 MIDI devices that I send commands to are Axe Effects, the looper, and then the Whammy pedal and the Kaoss Pad. So yes, I know that I have the wireless MIDI transmitter here, but we'll get to that in a minute. So the 4 primary MIDI devices, they all connect to the T8 down here. And then from the T8, it connects to another MIDI Solutions device called a MIDI merger. What happens is that I'm able to send commands from 2 different sources to the T8. So the first one we have is from the Mastermind GT. So I can manually control any parameter of any of these devices manually from the Mastermind. And then the other source of signal in the merger is coming from the DAW on my laptop, right? So Even though the laptop is sending external commands to everything in the T8, it's still able to oversee commands to the Mastermind as well. And that happens because the Mastermind connects to the DAW via USB cable, just like how the T8 does. So I'm able to work that course of signal into it. Now, as for the wireless MIDI, now that is for the Kaoss Pad. So what happens is before the Kaoss Pad connects to the T8, it goes to that wireless MIDI first, and it connects to the other transmitter that's on my Manson guitar. And on that guitar, of course, is the legendary MIDI screen that we all love to see Matt Bellamy use. So by a touch of my finger on that pad, I am telling the Kaoss Pad which CC value I'm selecting for the X and Y features on the Kaoss Pad for any given preset that I'm using. So that covers the audio and MIDI signal pass of the rig, and that pretty much covers the entire rig in a nutshell. So again, it's a very convenient system for any kind of setting that I'm in. I love the fact that I can have external commands from my DAW, send automated changes to my rig, so if I have songs where I just want to completely 100% focus on my singing and playing, I don't have to have a worry in the world about hitting any buttons on the Mastermind. Tap dancing is a thing in the past, even with the Mastermind. But again, it's a great thing to have. So thank you for watching my video. I hope that you like my rig, and you can check out how it sounds in any of my guitar covers and my music with Quiet or Scarabino. And go ahead and subscribe to my channel, like this video, check out my social media. You can check in about anything I'm working on, and there are more videos to come about my rig. So stay tuned and have a good one.